All right, so we're on to the palpation portion of our eval. So as always, compare bilaterally. We're going to look for any swelling, any edema, the temperature of the skin. We're look for any spasms. We're going to any texture issues with the skin. We're going to look for any crepitus, and there we're just going to go ahead and get started. So we're going to palpate first. We're going to palpate the ASIS. So right here in front of the hip. So find the ASIS. Right there. So here, the ASIS, right here. From there, we're going to go to the inguinal area. So the inguinal area, right here. A lot of this, you got to be kind of careful. Can't really palpate a lot of it. It's the inguinal ligament right here, top of the femoral triangle. So from there, we're going to palpate the iliac crest. So turn this way for me. Iliac crest, so you find the ASIS and kind of just walk your way up that I have a blade part of the hip. So from there, the pubic symphysis. So anything pubic, you got to be very careful. Pubic symphysis is right there in the pubic area. McBurney's point. So McBurney's point, one finger on the ASIS, find the belly button. Thank you. So belly button, ASIS. McBurney's point is about right in the middle of that, right where your appendix is. So that's the McBurney's point is the appendix. So the lymph nodes. So the lymph nodes. I think so.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah, there's a good bit. So you have your lymph nodes up here, right there. Then there's your lymph nodes down here by the femoral triangle. And then there's lymph nodes in the armpit area. So from there, we are going to go to the greater trochanter. So the greater trochanter, right here at the hip joint, so that's that big bony prominence right in there. Greater trochanter to the femoral triangle. Femoral triangle right here, it's made up of your sartorius, your adductor longus, and the inguinal ligament. The femoral triangle is right in here. It's got your femoral vein, artery, and nerve. So then from there, our abdominal muscles. So you have the rectus abdominis, you have the external obliques, the internal obliques, then the transverse abdominis. The internal and transverse abdominis are very deep. They're very hard to palpate if you can palpate them. Posteriorly, so go ahead and spin that way. Posteriorly, we're going to start with the PSIS. So right in here, PSIS, right there. From there, the spinous process of the thoracic spine, so starting at T1. So right here is C7, that prominent one right at the top, bottom of the neck. The spinous processes are the bony knobs you can feel in a person's spine. From there, we are going to do the spinous process of lumbar spine. So starting at L1, so you work your way all the way down the thoracic spine. L1 starts right about here. Palpate your way down. From there, we're going to go to the sacrum. So the sacrum is that shield-like bone right there by your tailbone. From there, we're going to do I skipped the facets of the lumbar thoracic spine. So the facets are kind of what help the individual vertebrae turn. So spinous process, the facets are lateral to that. So right in there. So from there, we're going to do the ischial tuberosity. So the ischial tuberosity, it's like that pointy bone in your butt. So yeah, it's your sits bone. So go ahead and raise your leg. And then that bony prominence right in there. But always ask for consent. All right. The sciatic nerve. So the sciatic nerve runs all the way down the back of your leg all the way down to about, actually it doesn't even stop there, it goes down the length of the posterior portion of your leg. The paravertebral muscles, so talk about your rector spinae, the muscles that attach to your spine, the vertebrae, so those are pretty deep, but they're run up the length of the posterior. And then the gluteal muscles, so obviously the glute max right down here, glute min, glute minor, and that is the palpation portion of our eval.